are you?
Afternoon. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, I was just telling them, like, while we were waiting for you to come on, I was like, I know she's going to come up here slayed and laid, like edges on fleek, fit together. I was like, so I had to get cute for y'all.
Oh my God. I was going to say your makeup is really cute. I love
Thank you
your
so
lip.
much. Thank you. Listen, I had to learn how to do it myself because I'm like, listen, I can't keep paying y'all $120 for a new face.
Okay, and now in this quarantine, listen, the people are in their homes, so you got to
right.
So yes, my nails look like hot tomato trash.
Same.
Because I can't do. That's the one thing that I cannot do. I can do my own lashes, my own makeup, my own hair. I can't do my own nails. So my nails are not. They're not popping today.
The nails are hard. Like, let me get my blanket out the way because we are recording this, and I was telling Warren I was so upset yesterday because I did another interview with Designer. The live did not save. I was, I just went to sleep because I was like so upset. So I was like, no, today, this is not going to happen. I was like, I'm going to screen record. I'm going to get Warren to screen record.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
I know. But how has quarantine been for you thus far in this whole like coronavirus nonsense?
It's been good. I will say that, you know, I'm gonna sit up some. Okay. I am a homebody, so I love being in my house. I would prefer to be in my house than be most places any time of the day. So the first like several weeks, I was like, this is fine. I'm gonna be fine. I'm just gonna stay in the house, do my work, drink wine, play with my husband. Then I kind of, you know, you just kind of get little panics like here and there. Taking in a lot of the news media, social media can be a doozy on your mental state and on your psyche and just processing everything that's going on. There's new information every day. There are new death tolls every day. There are new confirmed cases of COVID-19 every day. So all of that can take a toll on your mental state. And it has started to for me, for sure. I think just over time, you kind of like come out of your bubble every now and then and think, oh crap, like
this is really happening.
This is really happening. And this is not a choice. You know, I would love to be able to sit at home all day, every day and have that be of my own volition. But every now and then I kind of snap out of it and say, oh wait, this is not a choice. And it's not just happening in my little microcosm, in my world, in my city, in my town. It's across the globe. Across the globe. And at what other time has our generation experienced something that reverberates across the globe? You know, like last thing I can remember is maybe when Obama was elected president. I was like, oh, the world exploded. But that was a joyous time. This is such a damper, and it's a lot to process. So I'm like everybody else at home, I'm processing every day and kind of trying to figure out how to function. And I'm also worried and thinking a lot about the way the world is going to be different when we all come out of this, you know? So
absolutely. And I feel like the scariest part about it all is that no one, even though we saw it coming, we were so oblivious to it coming and we're just like in our own little worlds, boom, pandemic, and like everything just shut down. So
it happened. So it was a slow burn because I remember, you know, having certain meetings and certain things that were set up, and then some people were taking it seriously and saying, okay, we're going to just shut down. But then others were like, well, it's fine. We'll just get through it. And it's like you saw when every person or every entity kind of realized how serious it was. And meetings and, you know, events that were planned just were all of a sudden shut down. They were just gone. So it's been interesting to see everybody come to terms with where we are at their own time, you know?
And not only that, I also feel like we're so impatient too.
Oh
like
my God.
I would hate to go to jail or do a crime with half of the world, because I know that like when y'all go to jail and they ask you, who did you do this with, y'all gonna snitch for sure. Like for sure. But I mean, we got a lot going on still, even with COVID-19 happening. So
Yes.
you're going to be starring in a new project on Netflix, Family Reunion. Super proud. Like,
Yes,
go
thank
girl.
you. Thank
And
you.
you're in it with like a bunch of stars at that.
Yeah.
Like, these are not just like, oh, aspiring actors and actresses. These are people who like Tia Mowry, like
yes,
people
Ms.
who've been in the
Loretta
game forever.
Devine, Richard Roundtree,
Yes.
like legends that were blazing trails and doing it big before I was even born.
How did this all happen? Like, how did you get on that? Because I mean, I know you act and you sing, and you're a businesswoman. So, I know you were pursuing like the acting side as well, but how did that come about?
Well, over the years, I have sent my resume and passed my reel along to many a casting director, and it's been out there. I'm also a huge believer in manifesting the things that you want, and not to get all spooky and spiritual, but I believe so heavily in putting it out there and speaking the things that you want, and I have done that. And it's funny because literally, and my husband and I laugh about this all the time, I said for a year prior to Netflix calling, I said, girl, when Netflix calls me, I'm peacing out. I'm
picking
going
up.
to LA.
Okay.
It's going to be a whole wrap. I said that for a year. I spoke out of my mouth, Netflix, not knowing anything that happened was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so when the casting company that casts for Family Reunion reached out to my email, to the email that my husband manages for me, I was like, wait, what? Is this a joke? Like, is this a spoof? Somebody spoof? This is like I'm being punked.
Right.
But it was real. And, I say all that to say that in addition to, doing your due diligence if you're an actor, if you're a doctor, if you are a fashion designer, if you're a makeup artist, whatever your goals are, you have to do your due diligence within those. So taking the right classes. I would go to New York every week on the mega bus.
Wow.
For an acting class. I would leave work. I would get on the bus at like 10 a.m. I would get to New York like 3 o'clock. I would walk the streets of New York, running my lines, go to my class, leave class, get back on the mega bus, come back to DC
home
to go to work. I did that every week for 2 years, reading and networking and talking to people who are in the very broad and vast field of acting. So I did my due diligence, but I believed, and I saw it for myself.
Yeah.
And this in Jesus' name is just the beginning for me, because it was a great experience. It was probably it was the pinnacle of greatness, the greatest experience I've ever had on a set. The set was mostly people that looked like us,
right?
Which was it was like being in a great Twilight Zone, like an amazing Twilight Zone. The writers on Family Reunion are incredible. They speak to the Black experience in a way that makes you feel like you're watching, your aunts and your uncles and your cousins. It's such a well done show. And the fact that I was there on the set, sitting next to Miss Loretta Devine, or eating lunch in the same room as Mr. Richard Roundtree, and Tia Mowry is she's such a down to earth, super chill, super sweet woman. And just to, we were talking about housewives and kids and family and, like home decor stuff, just like it was incredible. And it's still surreal to this day. I still kind of pinch myself and say, did that really happen to me? But I'm claiming that I'll be back. So
yes, we're gonna claim it and manifest it, just like we did the first go round.
That's right. Yeah.
But congratulations. I mean, that's a big deal. And I'll say that even more because, of course, a lot of times we see reality stars. Naturally, they have aspirations to do other things, sing, dance, act, whatever it may be. And a lot of times those things don't happen for them, or, that the time that they spent on that reality show kind of hinders them from really pursuing what they want to do. So I'm like just so ecstatic for you that it's all, you know, coming together, especially as you envision. So congratulations, girl. What was it like, you know, being on that show? Did you guys have to film like every day? I think I was watching an interview that some of the cast did where they were like, yeah, we're in here every day. Or were you shooting like multiple episodes like at one time?
So I was only in one episode, and they shoot one episode in a week. So I was in LA for a week. I showed up. It's funny because the weekend that they called me was my mom's 60th birthday. So I had to fly out to LA for the table read, which was so much fun. Everybody's at the table. We read the script. And I even just reading through it the first time, I got such a positive response from everybody in the room. And I'll say this too, that I've always seen myself as a dramatic actor. Go figure. Okay. All the drama. But that's what I worked on. That's when I was going to New York for my classes, we were working on scene work that had to do with drama. And I never saw myself as, you know, someone who could do comedy. And Family Reunion is a family comedy. It's so funny. And I was surprised at how much I loved the comedy aspect and how I wasn't bad at it. I was okay. I was getting good laughs. And, you know, you can't fake a laugh now. If they're going to laugh, they're going to laugh. If they're not going to laugh, they're not going to laugh. And I was really laughing. So I was like, oh my God, it's fun.
Funny.
I enjoyed it so much. Right. I'm funny? What?
Right.
So I went for the table read, and I actually had to come right back to DC like early the next morning for my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
So I came back. My whole family was here for the birthday. We did the birthday thing. My mom turned 60. I had this cardboard cutout made of her that's sitting in my living room for whatever reason. And she had an amazing time. And then I had to go back to LA the day after the birthday for the week. And then during that week, they block the scenes, and they have an amazing production team that sets all that up. And I was in multiple scenes. I don't remember how many, but multiple scenes. So I would do my scenes, go back to my dressing room, and then they'd call you out to do the next scene, go back to your dressing room, have lunch, et cetera, et cetera. So, but it's a well-oiled machine. It's run very well. It's shot on the Paramount lot, which is another like, oh my God, I'm on the Paramount lot. How?
Yes.
What is
right?
happening? So it was incredible. It was a surreal experience that I will be doing again very soon, as I said.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
I expect it will be many more opportunities like that for you for sure. Now I know we were talking a little bit about you being a triple threat, you know, and a lot of people don't know that. So like for real, she really can sing. Like she really can act.
Thank you.
So your new song, well, it's a new song, but it's the remix.
The remix, girl,
is out, and it's go go.
It's a go go hit. That's the most exciting thing about it. Like you can't listen to go go and not turn the freak up. Like
exactly,
it makes you turn up. So this
and
song,
with such a nice twist to the song too, because the original is like it's not slow, but you know it's a love song.
It's an R&B ballad.
Like,
yeah, right.
Hey,
it makes you turn right. Exactly. Yes, all of that. Yes, you got a step, you got a two-step. You want to turn, do you whatever you want to do to it. You want to do that. Yes.
Absolutely. Like, how was it working with Big G? And I mean, I imagine that you guys were already friends and knew each other, you know.
No. So I met G through Chucky Thompson, who, as you may or may not know, is an extraordinary, I call him a wizard of a producer. If you know any of the songs from Mary J's My Life album, if you've ever listened to anything from Faith Evans, Usher, Nas, Biggie, Chucky was with Bad Boy, and he cranked out hit after hit after hit for Bad Boy and for a lot of the artists I just named. And he was given my song by DJ Iron at HUR. And Iron got the song from my husband. My husband, like, he was passing it out to anybody that would take it.
Okay.
And Iron loved it, and he's good friends with Chucky Thompson, and Chucky loved the song as well, which I, you know, to this day, I'm like, Chucky Thompson liked my song. Like,
yes.
Again, it's like mind blowing. So we had a meeting to kind of talk about what we could work on together. And in that meeting, I had mentioned that at some point, it was important to me, and I really wanted to do a go-go song because of my love for DC, because of the fact that I moved here 15 years ago and, you know, was a little quiet Southern girl and didn't know anything about the city. I moved here to go to Howard University. And
Howard,
HU, okay?
You know?
Important. Yes, yes.
All the time, period.
Yes. Listen, the only the best come out of the real HU.
Exactly. That's why they like to hate on us so bad.
It's
okay. It's
you
okay.
mad because you ain't us. It's all right. Get your weight up. It's okay. Take the GRE.
Yes, but you're basically like an honorary DC resident. Like, people always think I'm from DC too, because I've been here for like 10 years.
Yes.
I'm like, no, but
where are you from?
Basically.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Hampton, Virginia. But I didn't go to Hampton.
Yes. Well, that's why you didn't go to Hampton. It was too close to home.
Way too close. I was like, I can walk Hampton University's campus with my eyes closed.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to Howard.
Yes.
So
my family is from. Well, my dad lives in Virginia Beach, and when I was on the Obama campaign, I worked in Southampton Roads. So I'm
so y'all was right up the street.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh, so you're a little Southern girl yourself.
Yes. I know they always try to, like, I feel like some people say, oh, Virginia's the DMV, and I'm like, not
the whole thing.
Virginia.
Yeah. Once you get down 64, you in the South.
We in the South now.
Okay.
But, you know, I was so happy to see, you know, Big G on the song because he's such a go-go legend.
Oh my God.
And I, you know, just paying like homage to that. And I was saying on live earlier that I'm always so nervous that like go-go is gonna stop getting the shine it really deserves once, you know, those folks like Big G, you know, they're God forbid, but they're not gonna be here forever.
Right.
But you know, it's folks like you know, who are keeping the music alive, like bringing that new song, that new heat. I know I definitely heard it on PGC.
Yes.
On the radio, and I was like, oh, okay. So congratulations on that. Because the original came out in 2019.
Yeah, 2018 or 2019?
I think it was 2019. Well, that's what Apple Music says anyway. I was like, let me just check because I can't remember.
You released it.
I released it in 19. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I'm sitting over here making sure that I say the right stuff.
keep her on point. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So we released it in 19. I wrote it originally for Chris for our wedding. That the R&B ballad was for our wedding. I knew I wanted to write and perform a song for him for the wedding. Did that. We took it to Chucky, and as we're thinking about creating a go-go song, he suggested that we turn "I See You" into a go-go song, and I was like, okay, like this is scary because it was all new territory to me. Mm-hmm. And I knew I wanted to create a go-go song, but it's like, okay, we're doing it right now. Okay, let's do it right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So he took the song and he waved his wand onto it. And the first time I heard it, there's a video of me like, oh my God, this is so dope. I was like sliding out of my chair. I lost it because I mean, you can't listen to it and it not like get in your sternum and like make you wanna at least do a little bop, a little bop,
a little head nod, a little
yeah. So I was blown away, and then hearing G, because when we first did it, like the demo version, one of the arrangers and producers on the song, Uno, and Uno is also a wizard. Kevin Uno Blackman is a wizard, and he knows it. Uno actually demoed the feature part, so that was what I had gotten used to hearing. But then when G recorded his part, the feature, I was like, blown away because his voice has this like rasp and this it's got a swag on it. Like I can't even
It's so
describe it.
distinctive. Like
It's
when you
so
hear it, you know it. Yeah.
Yes. It's incredible. And to hear it on my song, it's just like, to think about what he's done, and you know, his IMDb page is kind of popping. He's out here in the streets, and to have the support of G and to have the support of Backyard Band is just crazy. It's crazy.
Like once Backyard Band stamps it,
yes,
like you get like
I'm gonna fall out again, I'm sure. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
well, do you have any, you know, plans for new music, releasing more music this year?
I do. So I was working on some new stuff pre-COVID-19. We're kind of in limbo with those songs because I was recording in Atlanta, so I can't get down to Atlanta to record right now. But in the meantime, I'm working on writing some new stuff with some really, really, really super talented people. Uno is one of them. Tammy Littrell out of Atlanta is another amazing songwriter that I'm working with. And a couple of new people that I just met, that we're kind of like feeling each other out and kind of figuring out what we can do to kind of collab together on some stuff. But the goal is, yes, to have an EP ready to serve on a platter to the people at some time this year. But you know, with COVID-19, it may be early 2021, but it's coming. I'm going to have the music for the people. Okay.
We are going to keep our eye out for sure. You have an amazing voice. So I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see like a full project, to see, you know, how it flows, what story you give us. And you know, it's different when you're also a songwriter too. So like, I feel like, you know, people who are songwriters, like they're putting a project together themselves. Like it's like a story. Versus, you know, just kind of like a collection of songs.
Yes. And I'm actually new-ish to songwriting. Like I'm still scared, and I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Because girl, it's. I used to write poetry as a young girl, like as a child. I wrote a lot of poetry, and if anybody ever found my MySpace page, don't go look for it. All my poetry was on my MySpace page. Jesus. So you're more vulnerable because your voice, as a singer, you're already vulnerable because you can't separate yourself from your instrument. Whereas someone who plays piano or the trumpet or the xylophone, like they can put their instrument to the side, and their identity can in some ways be separate from their instrument. But for singers, your instrument is a part of you. It's your talking voice. Your singing voice is your talking voice. It's inside of you. So there's like an extra special vulnerability that I think singers have. So there's that, and then you add on top of that you are literally cranking out a narrative that comes out of you. It comes from you, and as a songwriter
experience, or
really it's scary, and it's a really vulnerable thing to do. So I'm like, I'm doing what? So I'm still kind of becoming comfortable writing and being okay, working through songs, and you know, let's move this here and take this out, and what does this mean, and let's unpack this line. All that is very new. So I'm working on it. I'm figuring it out.
Okay, girl. Don't be scared. But listen, you did reality TV. Like, I mean,
I know.
That's where a lot of people
I can do that.
Scary, but then I can understand adding the extra layer of the music, and the music being personal too, like being, you know, another kind of like, okay, hold on, like this was something that was just for me, and now I'm also sharing,
giving it to the world.
So totally get it. Now, has it been hard to balance at all, like with acting, singing, the show, like being a wife as well, like having a family? What's the balance been like?
It is a challenge, and it is definitely a balancing act. I think for me, on the outside, I do a good job of making it look like I manage it all very well. And then people don't don't think of me like this because I'm on a reality TV show, but I'm actually very much so an introvert with my feelings. And I will tell myself that I'm okay. And I know there are people, maybe even you, that go through this too. And really I'm not, or I think I'm managing everything and I think I'm doing it right. And I think it's all balanced in my head. And then something will happen to trigger me. And then I'm like, ah, and you kind of have a breakdown. It's like, wait, I'm dropping all of the balls that I was juggling in the air.
I'm with you.
Yeah. And you know, you can kind of think you have it under control. And then the Lord comes in and tells you, no, my child, I got this. And
Right.
Sit down.
Move on over.
Okay. Yes, pull over. So it's a lot. And then being the one thing, and this might sound very trite, but the one thing that is constant in everything is my marriage and my friendship with my husband. That's what keeps me grounded, because he will check me, child. He will check me.
Like, girl.
And but he's also one of my biggest supporters. My family supports me so much, but he is front and center, and he keeps me in line, keeps me in check, but also supports everything that I do and helps me to be the best version of myself. So having his support makes it hard for me to feel too challenged at one time, because at any given time we could be filming the show. And when Chris and I first got married, we got married and literally filmed an entire season. We got married at the beginning of last season, 2 seasons ago, the beginning of 2018, or the August 2018.
I think it was 2 seasons ago.
Yes, to see my brain, 2 seasons ago. So August 2018, we got married, and then our wedding opened the season. So we got married and then filmed the entire season. So there wasn't really a time to like decompress and look at each other and say, wow, you're my husband, you're my wife. So that was a lot. That, you know, the show in and of itself is a whole entire tornado, Tasmanian devil, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs situation for the nation. It's crazy. So like that alone can take you in 27 different directions, and trying to maintain some level of sanity. And I was working on music and working on trying to write songs, and just trying to perfect all of my crafts, and still, you know, put my eyebrows on. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, still trying to keep yourself together.
Okay. Yeah.
Stay in formation. Like, now I know the show literally it's a whole beast on its own. And it was announced that, you know, it's going to be postponed until summer. But Rocco didn't give a reason. So, like, can you give us tea? Like, is it because of COVID, or is it because of something else?
So I heard a really crazy rumor that I heard from someone, that a rumor is going around that our show was postponed because our ratings were down. Let me tell you something. These ratings are through the entire roof. Okay, I almost cussed. These ratings are through the roof. Our ratings are so incredible. I can't even tell you. What I can say is we are being moved not because our ratings are down, but because they are up. That's what I can say. Okay. And I love Andy did say, kind of break it down a little bit more. So I guess I can say this too. So the network films different shows at different times. They're all on schedules. There were several shows that were in production right before COVID shut the world down. Yeah. So of course, all those shows had to shut down their productions completely. Everybody had to go home. Nobody's getting paid. Those shows that were in production were slated to be edited and air later in the year, or, you know, early next year, or what have you. So all of that just created a
domino effect.
A domino effect. Thank you. It created a complete domino effect, and has just messed up scheduling and programming for everybody. So because of that, they are pulling certain shows and just shifting them down some to spread out what we do have, so that there is programming for the summer and into the fall.
Okay, that makes sense.
That is right. Yes.
Okay.
Because our ratings are not
I'm pretty sure it's because of COVID, I was like, but listen, Real Housewives of Potomac is literally like one of the best reality TV shows.
Apparently, honey.
So I was like, maybe it might be about something else. We're gonna get into it. But that makes complete sense. Now, I know like last season like exploded through the roof with all the stuff that was going on with everything. Like, you know, your mom and Ashley and Monique and all of this. So coming out of that season, like what were you feeling like? Like what? Because I would almost be ready, like, you know what? I don't even want to be up here no more, to be honest. Because y'all are doing too much. What has this been like? Because, I mean, it's been even drama off of camera as well, like on Twitter and stuff. So, like, where were you, like, emotionally and just mentally, like, after all of that?
I was a mess. I was a mess emotionally. I was a mess mentally. I was a mess a little bit physically, like, you know, my appetite changed. I was getting headaches. It was a lot. It's a lot. And you sign up for this platform and, you know, people that lack empathy will say, so what, get over it. You signed up for this. That's what happens. And I say to that, no, you sign up for a lot of things. You sign up to be vulnerable. You sign up to share your life. You don't sign up to deal with what I had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say too much too soon because I'll get a nice little call from my publicist to shoot her like, girl, you need to be quiet, from our Bravo publicist. Shout out to Warren Morris, who is my down home publicist. But yeah, I think that it's important to talk about that, the fact that there is trauma and there is stress attached to everything. And I will absolutely come back when I get the green light from my bosses to talk in detail about everything, because I have a lot to say. Lot to say.
Well, listen, come on back, girl.
I will.
Chat it out.
Yes. No, like real girl chat. And what I will say is that I want to frame the conversation around mental health, because what I had to deal with is trauma in the way that a lot of people deal with different kinds of trauma. And the lesson in it is how you get back up from dealing with a traumatic situation. And it's not even just what happened in the moment, the aftermath.
Right.
The aftermath.
Because I'm like, there was a lot that went on that one led to the, you know, the big moment at the winery, versus, you know, everything that happened afterwards, like, as well, and just going through that. And it's like, you know, people are like, oh, well, you know, you're in the public eye, so, you know,
deal with it. This is what you get, and all that. Again, it's like, it's people who don't, and you understand this because you're in the public eye, and I'm sure that people have things to say about you, like, oh, Shay eyebrow wasn't popping today. What's going on with her week? People say it's a nature of the beast, right? It comes with this territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even I know you and I love Dominique the Diva and your podcast.
Oh yes, that's my boo.
I love her so much. Yes, I love her so much. And so I know that even with your podcast, people, you know, come in and say, I didn't like what you said. That was whack, whatever.
Yeah.
So you I know you get it, but we're still human beings, right? Like we are just like everybody else in the world. We're just like all of you watching. We just happen to have a somewhat unorthodox job that we love, and that we are using to elevate our platforms, that we are using to, you know, become the best versions of us. And it doesn't excuse a lack of empathy. And I think that there is just with all people in the public eye, there's just this supreme lack of empathy because people don't think that you're real.
Right.
Because they see you on TV. As soon as you're on TV, it's like, oh, you're elevated to this platform that makes you a caricature of a person. And that's hard. That's hard to deal with.
It is. I will definitely say, like, learning that now and just like getting weird DMs, like,
oh my God.
get like, oh, I know you messing with my man. And I'm like,
what?
Whose man? I got a man, so whose man? Like,
oh my God.
It just be craziness. And to me, and I mean, I'm sure like you probably feel like this too, you know, you see yourself like as a regular person. Like I kind of see myself as a nobody. So when people are, I mean, it's a little different because you're on TV, so you know people are interested in your life. But it takes you a while to come to that, like to come around to that. You're like, y'all care for real that much? Like,
yes. All I said was, I don't like her shoes. Like, why are you calling me I've been called everything. A racist, everything. Like, she doesn't like this, she doesn't like that, she hates these people, we hate her, she's a rat.
She's spoiled, blah, blah,
blah. Yes. It goes on and on and on. And then, I also think, like, when I was just a little brown girl, Candiace, and nobody knew who I was, and you know, I watched reality TV. I watched Kardashians, and I watched Housewives, and I watched all these, you know, VH1. I watched all these shows, and I never, in my time as a viewer of reality TV, thought enough of myself to DM or go in the comments of Kim Kardashian to tell her what I think of her. Kim don't care about me. Girl, sir, do less. Like, you're doing so much.
Why am I so weak?
Like, why?
No, but seriously, and people will make fake pages and go off on you and really be invested. And I mean, of course, I know social media has evolved so much.
Yeah.
Like, since, you know, back when I was in middle school, we was on like MySpace and
right.
And even then, you know, people got bullied, but like now it's evolved into a whole different situation.
Yeah.
And it brings a lot, because I'm sure it just also fuels the drama that happens as well. But I have to ask you this, and like, completely feel free to decline, but I would love if you could answer it. Okay. Now, I know that initially when the fight happened at the winery, you did press charges.
Yes, I did.
Yes. So from that situation, now we saw the whole like Portia Williams, Kenya Moore fight, and there's been other fights on Housewives, and I heard rumors that like there are stipulations in your contract that you can't sue other castmates. Is that true? How does that work? Where, if you can talk any about where the case is, feel free.
I can't talk about the case.
I know.
Yet. But yes, there's a lot of buzz about what's in our contracts and how that plays into what we're able to do. Some of that you will see, I think. But if it's not on the show, I'm happy to answer all those questions when we get to that episode. And I don't even know where that episode is, but yeah, I mean, you see in the trailer that they're going to show some parts of some things, but I don't know what's going to be shown down the road. So yeah, I will happily answer all those questions.
Okay. No, we appreciate it, and I completely understand, because we don't want to put anything with the case like in jeopardy or the show. So you know, I hate just seeing that just in general, because it's like, you know, as Black women, we know we can get catty. I've been in a fight or two, woo-de-woo, but it just sucks because it's like, we know that within us, but then when it's on TV, then you have everybody else, the others, like speculating, instigating, and that whole thing. It sucks, but you know, it's okay.
No, that was one of the big pieces that devastated everybody, is that, you know, and Giselle said this in the trailer, you know, we've tried to, you know, exist above the fray, and for this to happen to us it's devastating, because I think, you know, I was raised, and I can tell that you were raised to try to uphold and carry the positive torch of Black women.
Yeah.
And we have so much to prove still.
Yeah.
And there's so much that we have to do, and in such a strategic way, just to be taken seriously and seen as respectable and smart and capable still in this world. And you know, we've, as a community, we've made a lot of strides, and we are, you know, as people say, we're our ancestors' wildest dreams, in so many aspects. But there's still a lot of work to do, and still a lot of stereotypes that we are tasked with breaking. And when things like this happen, anytime, it's a blow. But when they happen on a platform like the one that I'm on, it's a devastating blow, because it sets us back eons, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So
I know. But listen, I feel like, you know, you rise gracefully above it. And things happen. I hope that never happens again, which I don't think that it will. But can you talk a little bit about like where you stand right now with all of the ladies? Is there still like, you know, that broken relationship with Monique? You know, are you cool with everyone else? What's sort of like the temperature?
The temperature is, you gotta wait until summer to find out.
We gotta wait till it's hot.
Yes. There are a lot of shifts that happen though. Okay. There are a lot of shifts in friendships, and all of that will be played out live and in living color in the summer.
Okay. Awesome. Are you like ready to get back to filming, or are you like enjoying this break? And it's like, you know, when it gets here, well, do it. We enjoy our breaks, because when we film, we're in it. We're filming every day. We're in the middle of lots of drama and trying to, you know, stay in it. So when we go off for our break, it's like, hell yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Vacation. Yes, vacation. Peace out. Right. But we were ready for our show to air, because we had been released. Our trailer had been released. They gave us a release date. So then you wrap your mind, body, and soul around the idea that, okay, we're airing on this date. So we were ready. We were all ready. I was ready. So then when we got this call that we're being postponed, of course, it hurts our feelings, and it's devastating to the fans and to the supporters, I know. But I think I'm not ready to start filming again, but I am ready to see the season. This season, yeah. We've been waiting. You guys, when the season premieres on TV, that's also the first time that you guys are seeing like the episodes done and Okay. So you don't even really know. You don't know what you're about to watch. Well, we get the episode like 5 seconds before it actually airs. But it's not a lot of time. So when you're seeing it, we're watching it with you. As you all are watching it, we're watching it, and then we're live tweeting and talking through our emotions. So it's very emotional, and people think that what we do is very easy, and that what we do is a walk in the park. And I would task anyone, you know, if you were ever able to become a full-time member of a cast as crazy as mine, and there are crazier out there. Like, listen, yes, there are even crazier casts out there. I've been on a set of a reality show before, and I can attest to what you're saying. Like, it is not for everybody. It's not, and it takes a toll on you. And like it's a whole situation. I feel like a lot of people would sign up for it and literally like walk out first day. Like, yes. And when people get mad when, like, you know, when people like OGs like Nene walk out of scenes, or, you know, Kenya has walked out of scenes before on Atlanta, or anybody that walks out of a scene, it's like, oh, they're being a punk. Why are they walking away? Sometimes that's what you want to do. Like, I'm sick of this. It's people in my ear, people over here talking, people over there talking. There's cameras in your face. I'm ready to go. Right. I'm tired. I'm over it. So you know what? I'm heading away. Yes.
sometimes walking away is the best thing you can do for you and for everybody in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so true. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. This was fun. I already knew it was going to be
It was.
fun.
I know. I was excited too. I was like, I'm going to really enjoy being the shade.
Yes. No, when we're like after all this quarantine stuff is over and the season starts airing, we're going to have to do it again in studio, like on air. Live. So we'll definitely, I'll get with Warren and make sure, you know, we get that on the calendar when it's time. Let everybody know, just in case we have folks on live who like don't know where to find you or keep up with you. How can they keep up with Candiace?
Yes. So you can keep up with me on Instagram. My Instagram is CandyGal09. So CandeeGal09. My website is my name, CandiaceDillard.com. I am selling I Came From Jesus merchandise on CandiaceDillard.com right now. Go get that.
I'm a child of God.
Yes. You can also keep up with us on my hair extension website, PrimaHairCollection.com. We have a new texture, the Kinky Curly wig unit, available right now on PrimaHairCollection.com. And on Twitter is just Candy Gal. So my Instagram without the 09 on the end.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
and I forgot, I have to mention this as well. To go back to the song, I am donating the first 2 weeks of my song's sales to the DC Education Equity Fund, which was a fund that was put in place specifically to help DCPS students and families that were affected by COVID-19. So you could donate independently at dcedequity.org or buy my song, and the proceeds, 15% of the proceeds will be donated to the DC Education Equity Fund.
Yes, stream.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, Candiace. We will talk soon. Have a great, what day is it? Wednesday?
Who knows? Is it Wednesday?
Have a great Wednesday.
It's a day.
Bye, love.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.